and welcome again to DME Podcast. My name is Amomi, and just as always, I am excited to be here again today. How are you doing, my dear friend or my dear listener? I hope you have been doing well. I hope you've been doing fine. I hope you've been able to achieve your goals. I hope you have become a better person through listening to this podcast. Before I get into the discussion for today, I would like to bring this first. In case you have been listening and you have been benefiting from the beauty or the goodness of this podcast, I would like you to right now give the podcast a rating. It helps a lot. Also, I would love you to share the link to this podcast with your friends or groups where there are young people who you know would benefit from these conversations. So I'm counting on you to do that. Also, the Amit Podcast Instagram page is just right there, and it is good if you follow the podcast. And so on Instagram, it is DME Podcast _ And so I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys shake body. Anyways, so what I'm going to be talking about very quickly today is this thing of, is it hero worship, or how exactly should I put it? Now, something that a lot of us could be caught doing or could find ourselves doing, even unknowingly, is the thing of hero worship. And as a young person and as an individual, I know that we talk about personal development, we talk about all these things, but then it is important that as a young person that you guard your heart and that you guard your mind. Now, these times that a lot of us have access to Android phones, and so we are all there on Instagram, we are there on WhatsApp, we are there on so many platforms where we are watching a lot of content, we are consuming a lot of things. These days, everyone has a platform, everyone is talking, everyone is sharing ideas and all of that. And we can see that there are a lot of these people, or there are a lot of persons who come out or stand out as influencers, celebrities and all of that. And now, I am not even talking about the general celebrities. I'm talking about people that we hold in high standards to shape our morals and all of those things. One thing that we need to be truthful to ourselves about is the fact that when someone rises to fame, a lot of times the things that they say or do tend to have impact on us or tend to influence us. Okay, let's say for instance, for me now, I am a Christian, and I know a lot of influencers out there who profess to be Christians. Now, I am not saying that their faith or whatever they profess is not true. That is not what I'm trying to say. But then a lot of times, the fact that someone has risen to a place of influence, or that these persons are famous or popular, does not make them the yardstick for your morality or for your morality as an individual. So for me, I'm a Christian, and I draw my morals, my beliefs, my standards from the scriptures. Just like you could be a Muslim listening to me, you draw a lot of your morals and all of that from the point or from the perspective of the Quran. I beg your pardon. All right. So the thing now is, a lot of times for those of you who are listening, who take your stand with God, your walk with God, or your relationship with God seriously, or even if you are just upcoming and you're trying to find your feet in God, one thing that you need to understand is that a lot of these people sometimes are just privileged to become famous or to become influencers or to have a spotlight and all of that. And so, for instance, you don't want to say that this person is your example. Whatever this person says or whatever this person does is the standard or the right thing to do. Let's say, for instance, you as a young person, you are not a celebrity, you are not famous, you are not known, but in your secret place, you've been walking with God, you've been following God, you've been seeking God, and you've grown to a certain level. There are so many things about your life as a person that God has corrected. He has built you up to a certain level. Okay, let's say that if the highest level or a good level in your practice or in your faith is 10, and let's say that God has worked on you so much as a young person, you are not famous, so you are not an influencer or anything, but God has worked upon you so much over the years that you've gotten to, let's say, level 7 out of 10. and you have the standards, you have these instructions from God and all of that, you're doing fine as a young person. Your morals, your behavior, your character, what you believe and all of that, you're doing fine. And then all of a sudden you see one particular person that professes to be maybe a good Christian or a good Muslim or something, and they rose, or they get to that place of influence, they become celebrities and all of that, and they are in the spotlight. And automatically when you're in the spotlight, people tend to listen to you. Whatever you tend to say tend to be right. People and all of that, what influence can give, the power of influence and being out there. And so these persons, they may profess to be your religion, or they may profess to be moral, but the truth is that you as a person in your secret place, God has built you up to 7 out of 10. Some of these people that rise to a place of influence, a lot of them sometimes they know absolutely nothing. Some of them are in level 2 over 10 of their walk with God. Some are on 1.5. And so because of that, you can see that a lot of times someone that is on level 1.5 is the one giving you advice, telling you this is what you should do, telling you this is what you should do. And then you that you are on level 7, you are now confused and you are you're downplaying the things that you've learned, the things that God has thoroughly worked into you. You're downplaying it, you are second guessing it, you are watering it down, and then you are coming down to a particular level that God has taken you above. Now, the information I'm trying to pass across is that as young persons, beware of what you listen to, beware of the people you look at as your standard. For me as a Christian, the Bible says that when looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of my faith, I draw my morals from the Bible. I draw my morals from Jesus. Jesus is my standard. You understand? So as a young person, whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, you have to be very careful of hero worship. The fact that someone has risen to a place of influence does not mean that everything that they spit out of their mouth is correct. Some of these people have things that they are struggling with, and people would always speak from what they have. Of course, just like they say, you cannot give what you do not have. And so be very careful that you are not saying, oh, this person is a Christian, oh, this person is a good Muslim, oh, this person professes to be this and that, and they are doing this, and because of that, all of the things that God has invested in you, your leaders has invested in you, your parents have invested in you, all of those things, you put them down because you're beginning to listen to a particular celebrity who appears or professes to be of a certain, moral standard, or of a certain religion and all of that. And so as a young person, make sure that you are close to your holy books, you are close to God, whether you're a Christian and you're a Muslim, and you are careful. And then these days, a lot of people are giving their opinions, feminism, alpha female, alpha male, this is how to treat your husband, this is how to treat your wife, oh, as a guy, this is what to do. A lot of people are saying a whole lot of stuff, and then a lot of people are very confused. These are the times where you stay close to your maker. I know it's important that we talk about academics, we talk about success, we talk about business, we talk about intentionality and all of that. But what we do here on DMA Podcast is to ensure that we are balanced as individuals, that as you are getting it right in your career, you're getting it right and making yourself prepared, you are also getting it right when it comes to your morals, and you are getting it right with or in your relationship with God. So as a young person, you want to be very wary of the information that you consume. You want to ensure that your morals, the principles that you apply to your life, the standards that you hold there, are not standards that are just being advertised by a certain person that has risen to a place of influence, and they are breaking down the things, they are scattering the things that you have learned. Do not let someone that is a 1 over 10, for instance, in their walk with God, come and be the one telling you that is a 7 over 10 in your walk with God what to do. I'm not saying that you cannot learn from people. I'm not saying that these persons cannot make sense, but then do not be caught in the web of thinking that because someone is having this particular status, or the person is spitting fire in quotes, that person has everything going right with them, or they are now the standard, or whatever they are saying is correct. No. So as a young person, whatever it is that you have, whatever it is you are learning in your own corner is valid. Listen to people, but be very careful with what you consume, and do not let this hero worship, this power that being in a place of influence, Do not let that take away the good things that has been placed or has been built inside of you. Do not let a 1/10 person who has the opportunity, who has the influence, come and water down your 7/10. I hope you understand. So this is the information that I have come to pass across as you are consuming it, as you're consuming information on Instagram, you're consuming information on YouTube, you're consuming information on TikTok. Be very careful of the things that you allow to get into you. Right now, start getting intentional about your morals. Start setting boundaries. Start knowing who you are. Start understanding what you believe. Start comparing what you were hearing from celebrities and all of that, whatever it is you are consuming out there. Start comparing it with your scriptures if you're a Christian, or with your Quran if you're a Muslim, and you're making sure that people do not sway you away because they have a certain level of influence, or they have money, or they have whatever. Some people are adults, but then they are children. They do not even know up to what you know. And so please, this is what I have come to pass across to us today. I hope you've learned something. Please do not forget, to round this up, I want to say to you as a young person, make sure that you are balanced. Don't be all about money, or all about career, or all about goals and all of that, and then you have no relationship with your maker, you have no relationship or connection whatsoever with your God. I am a strong believer of balance as a young person. Be balanced. Make sure that you are having it all round, because of course that is what God wants from you. He wants human beings, creatures that are balanced, where your relationship with God is intact, and in every other area of your life you are doing excellently. So as a young person, I want you to begin to examine yourself and examine your life. In what way are you beginning to water down the principles that you've learned, the principles that your parents have instilled in you, the principles that your religious leaders or something has instilled in you, the principles that God himself has instilled in you? In what ways are you beginning to doubt or water them down because of the words or the glamorousness, let me use that English, of certain celebrities or certain people of influence out there? Please be very careful of what you consume. Begin to put your foot down concerning certain things that you have learned, and no matter what anybody is saying, no matter how religious these people of influence tend to be, make sure that your own character is consistent with what God is teaching you, and also what you can see in whatever holy book it is you're reading, whether it is the Bible or it is the Quran or whatever book you are following. I hope we understand. With this, I've come to the end of this particular episode. I believe that you learn a whole lot, and I believe that you begin to filter and check information that you consume as a young person. Do not forget that this podcast is brought to you by About the Voice. Again, my name is Omaomi, and I am saying that you are number one. Until I see you next time, bye-bye.